Once upon a time, in a small village in Bangladesh, lived a boy named Rafi. He was extraordinarily intelligent. Everyone, from his school teachers to the villagers, praised him. His eyes held dreams, and his heart held courage. But he had one weakness. He did not use his time wisely. Rafi spent his days roaming around with friends, playing mobile games for hours and watching YouTube videos. His parents often tried to explain the value of time to him. They would say, "Son, once time passes, it never comes back. If you don't use your time wisely now, the future will be dark." But Rafi would always laugh and say, "There's plenty of time, I'll do everything later." Days went by like this. Eventually, the annual exams arrived. Rafi had barely prepared. Even during exam time, he was busy playing cricket with his friends. He only studied a little at the last moment, which didn't help. The day the results were published became a huge shock for Rafi. He failed. Not only that, he was among the lowest in his class. The teachers were surprised, and some friends started mocking him. Some didn't want to hang out with him anymore. Rafi quietly returned home. His parents looked at the report card but said nothing. Their eyes were full of disappointment and sorrow. Rafi felt as though he had failed himself. That night, he went to bed without dinner. Lying in bed, he couldn't sleep. A question kept circling in his mind. "I'm smart. So why did this happen?" He got up and went to his grandfather in the next room. His grandfather was an educated and wise man, highly respected in the village. Rafi asked, "Grandpa, why did I do so poorly? I used to do so well before." His grandfather smiled gently and said, "Son, you didn't value your time. Talent alone isn't enough, you must put it to use." Rafi asked, "But Grandpa, there's still time. I can do it later, right?" His grandfather's face turned serious. He said, "Listen, time is like a river. Once the water flows away, it never returns. Let me tell you a story that will help you understand the value of time." Grandfather's story. Many years ago, there was a kingdom ruled by a powerful and wealthy king named Rajendra. The kingdom had riches, soldiers, palaces, everything regal. But the king had one bad habit. He always postponed things, saying he would do them tomorrow. He woke up late, avoided work, and spent his time in luxury with friends. The kingdom's affairs piled up. The ministers advised, "Your Majesty, if this continues, the kingdom will weaken." The king laughed and said, "There's plenty of time. If not today, I'll do it tomorrow." One day, a sage visited the court. He told the king, "You don't realize what you're losing, Your Majesty. Time is the only resource that, once lost, no one gets back." The king said, "I'm a king. Time will wait for me." The sage replied, "If you continue to devalue time, one day you'll lose everything. But by then, nothing will be left to fix." The king dismissed his words. Years passed. The king grew old. The kingdom's income decreased. Soldiers began losing battles, and the people started rebelling. One day, the king sat alone and thought, the sage was so right. He tried to find the sage again, but he was gone. Time had passed and never returned. The king then lived in deep regret. "I disrespected time, and now I have nothing." Rafi's transformation. Hearing the story, Rafi's eyes filled with tears. He asked, "Grandpa, is it still possible for me to change my life?" His grandfather smiled, gently placed his hand on Rafi's head and said, "Of course you can. Time never stops, but if you stop, it will pass you by. Begin your change today. Now is the time to build your life." The next morning, for the first time, Rafi woke up before sunrise. He made a routine for himself, how much he would study, when to rest, and when to play. He stopped playing mobile games and limited the time he spent with friends. At first, it was hard, but gradually, Rafi began seeing results. He started to feel as if every minute was golden. Within a year, Rafi became the top student in his school again. His teachers praised him once more, and his friends began to respect him again. Rafi regained his confidence. He realized the key to success is using time wisely. Later in life, he became a successful entrepreneur and contributed to society. His life itself became a story of inspiration.